Spin is comprised of the senior-most level of planners in our industry, and when we bring those people together, the conversations are amazing, the networking is amazing, the level of education that we collectively produce by and for each other is fantastic. My advice for people that work too hard to enrich themselves is that at some point the well's going to run dry. At some point you're going to hit rock bottom. At some point you may be out of a job, and then where are all your personal connections? Where's your personal enrichment? What have you done with your time to make yourself re-engaged, re-energized, a better employee, a better coworker, a better mentor, a better contributor to the industry, to your attendees? So my advice to them is take time for yourself. Don't just send the junior person in your office to your local MPI or PCMA or collaborator, whatever. Go yourself, because you need it too. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the industry. You don't age out of needing continuing education. It's always a need. It's just you have to find the right fit for you and what your needs are. And there is a fit for every stage of the industry, every stage of your career. At Collaborate this morning, I taught 2 different sessions. The first one was about social marketing, and a lot of suppliers, and planners too, are frustrated with social and how do you use it, and how do you use it well, and how do you use it in a way that's not a time drain, and which tools make sense. And so I talked a lot about authenticity and differentiation. If you're going to do social, you have to be authentic, and social is the best way to differentiate yourself because you can be yourself. And I talk a lot about don't lead with your company, lead with yourself. Because now more than ever, I think we crave that human connection. And so if you lead with, hi, I'm from the Marriott, you know, there are a lot of people that I know who are with Marriott, but what makes you special? Why should I let you in? Because those connections are becoming more and more rare. And a lot of planners are just putting up this fortress and saying, you know, I'm not just going to let everybody in anymore. I don't have the bandwidth, I don't have the time. So what makes you worthy of being let into my domain? It's unfortunate in a way, but at the same time, it challenges everybody to make our connections more meaningful. So I taught a session on that, and then afterward I taught a session on sponsorships, which is really challenging to a lot of planners in general because we don't like to sell in general. But it's also challenging because the economy drained all that money for the past several years. Sponsorship money just dried up. And now it's coming back, so you have to capture it in a really unique way because there's so much competition out there for those fewer sponsorship dollars. So it's about rethinking what you have that's an asset that's sellable and how much you're willing to give up in order to achieve that. For events, you know, it really, when I'm thinking about social media for events, it really depends on the demographic of the audience. And a lot of our audiences are mixed across generations, and I talk a lot about generations and engaging them. And so, you know, if you have boomers, they may not care about Facebook or Twitter, or, but you may have the younger generations who that's how they're communicating and texting each other and all that stuff. So you really have to consider the audience before you determine your social media mix.